Are you ever in that mindset that you feel you're not sure what's most important? Do you feel like you're distracted sometimes? Well, you may want to think about prioritization.
And that leads beautifully into our quote for today. A simple life is not seeing how little we can get by with. That's sort of poverty, but how efficiently we can put first things first. When you're clear about your purpose and your priorities, you can painlessly discard whatever does not support these, whether it's clutter in your cabinets or commitments on your calendar.
Ooh,
Woo!
who said that?
Victoria Moran, she wrote this book, Lit from Within, Tending Your Soul for Lifelong Beauty. I'd never heard of her, but I loved that quote and thought that you, our listeners out there, would probably relate to it as well.
I think so too. So as our listeners probably can imagine, we are here at Lipstick Leadership. Hopefully you know that, and we are appreciative of you. So welcome. Our segment is about that, prioritizing and eliminating distractions. So hello and welcome again. I'm Debbie Lundberg, performance coach, author of Remote Work Rockstar, and founder and CEO of Presenting Powerfully.
And I'm Meridith Alexander, and we are here today empowering women and any of you men who are listening to greatness through communication, resilience, and grit. And prioritizing sure is part of all three of those elements, right?
They really are. And that's something that I'm eager to share, Meredith, is that a portion of are not prioritizing is because a lot of people like to feel needed, or they have the need to be needed, and they take on a lot in order to have a lot in their path. And this whole idea, we've talked about it briefly before, is get out of the battle of the busy. So if you want to prioritize, don't think about being busy, think about being productive. And every time someone asks you, are you busy, or how have you been? Have you been really busy? Instead of saying yes, say thanks for asking. It's been productive. And productivity and prioritization are really a good marriage on how to declutter our minds.
I so agree. And also going back to some of the, like, remembering to ask yourself core questions. We've mentioned this in podcasts before. And I think a big important core question that sometimes we forget to ask is why? What am I not only hoping to accomplish physically out here, but why am I doing that? Why do I want to accomplish that? How do I want to feel? Right? How do I want to be living my life? And along these lines of really prioritizing to the higher core values in life, I cannot miss giving you, Debbie, a shout out for how you have prioritized things in your own life of the generosity and contribution and serving others and helping others. Debbie just gave one of the ultimate gifts of life to someone, and I'm gonna ask you to share that with our listeners for a moment.
Oh, thanks, Meredith. 2 weeks ago today, I donated a kidney. It's called a living donor, and a woman in need who was just an acquaintance 7 months ago, or well, back in November when I learned about it. And now, of course, we're bonded for life, and I've grown to know her and love her and respect her. And so it's hard to believe, even in my mind and in my body, that we're here 2 weeks from it. And I really appreciate your mentioning it and your support. So if we take it back to our topic, though, it was a priority to do that for her. And I share that for us in business and in life is that sometimes, certainly you and I are big proponents of self-care and taking care of ourselves so that we can provide the best for others. And in a strange way, prioritizing health and well-being for the majority of my life allowed me to do this. And so that that I appreciate your asking and sharing about it. And it is something that, if in thinking about what you said, know your purpose, know your why, know how you want to feel. And I guess I'm rolling into a summary for our listeners of that idea of prioritization is not only in task, it's in feeling and it's in experience. And so you said it so beautifully. How do you feel? What is that why? Ask the reason you're there, and ensure that as you say yes to actions or people, that we know that, like the quotation said, we can remove clutter when we know that we're in the right priority. So thank you. Thank you for sharing it on Lipstick Leadership. And certainly everyone, if you want to stay in touch with each of us, I'm at Debbie Lundberg on almost all social media. And my wonderful co-host,
I'm Meridith Alexander. Also, you can find me on social media. And today, I think the message here is really, I just want to emphasize again, as here on Lipstick Leadership, that if you can remember to prioritize, that your ultimate prioritization is really how you want to be showing up as the best version of yourself, right? And that's what we want to help you do here on Lipstick Leadership. And we want to inspire you in these short little tips, and we want to empower you to greatness, whether you're a woman or a man listening to this, through resilience, communication, and grit. So thank you, as always, for joining us, and we will see you with our lipstick forward on our next episode here of Lipstick Leadership. So until then, go out and be that top version of yourself, and we'll see you soon.